What's up, guys? Welcome. Thanks for joining another casted replay. Today we're going to be looking at the Chaos Dwarves versus High Elves. Umaze on the Chaos Dwarves and Dr. Nerd on the High Elves. Umaze. Not quite sure if I'm saying that right. Hopefully I didn't butcher it for you there, bud. But you'll have to let me know. Okay, let's take a quick look at both of the players' builds here. For the High Elves, we have a front line of Spearmen, 5 there. 3 light archers in the mid line. Looks like some War Lions out on the flanks to support there. One of them being Rahagra's Pride, Regiment of Renown. These guys have an active ability, Mighty Roar. Leadership -8 and speed -25, so good for running down any units they get close to there. In the back line, we have 2 units of Sword Masters of Hoeth. I love these guys. These are anti-infantry, armor piercing, 90 armor, shielded. Just a very high leadership, just a very strong infantry unit to get in there and bump and grind. We also have IMRIK up on his dragon, flying around, keeping an eye on things with all his abilities. And a Mage of Life in the back there with Regrowth and Earthblood to keep healing IMRIK and whoever else may need it. So pretty standard build here for the High Elves, but a solid build, and I like it. For the Chaos Dwarves, we have a front line of Goblin Laborers, looks like 4 of those, with a back line of 3 Kadai Fireborn. That's pretty badass. I do like this. 3 Kadai Fireborn, fire attacks, of course, magic, armor piercing, and anti-infantry. Leadership 100. These guys are unbreakable. They will not break. But instead of routing, once they get to a certain point, they actually start taking a lot of damage. Banished here, yeah. So you got to burst those guys down and get them low, because they will just keep fighting. In the flanks, we have 2 units of Bull Centaur Renders with great weapons. These guys are anti-large and armor piercing, so they're probably here to help deal with IMRIK. They'll definitely be handy if they're still around when IMRIK is on the ground, because besides that, I don't think anything else here is really anti-large. So, yeah, I'm assuming that's what he brought those for. But overall, I like the build. I like both of the builds, actually. And for his Lord, he has ASTRAGOTH Iron Hand. I'm not sure if he has all his abilities. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not quite as familiar with the Chaos Dwarves. I don't play them myself. But he has Ash Storm here, which makes units within a certain radius weaker to fire by 20% and lowers their speed by 25%. So quite a nice little buff for all these fire units. And right away, he brings in his Demon Tongue, Iron Demon. This baby here just comes in, rams, disrupts any formations in the front line, and breathes fire as it drives around doing it. So I'm not sure what he's going to have to deal with that. I guess Spearman is as good as anything else that he's got here. And we also have Gorda's Backstabber, a little melee specialist, very fast. Probably be a good unit to have to, good to just support whatever and get on top of the enemy's Lord, but also probably a good one. I would want to use this guy to try to take out his Mage of Life at some point. Yeah, so without further ado, let's see how this one plays out. Right away on the left flank here for the Chaos Dwarves, ASTRAGOTH and this Demon's Tongue Iron Demon just come flying in, smashing through the front line of the Spearmen, going straight for those archers. I really like it. IMRIK throws down a Dragon Breath attack, but it doesn't really connect or do much damage, but he immediately dives in to try to help out with this Demon's Tongue. I think is the right choice, because this thing's just going to run rampant in the back line if it's not stopped. In the front line here, Kadai Fireborn smash into these Spearmen. They're probably going to go through these guys pretty quick, also supported by Goblin Laborers. And with the Demon's Tongue back here, just rolling through all of these archers. Boy, the Chaos Dwarves really smashed through on this High Elf front line here. On the left side, on the High Elves left side, is going a little bit better. They seem to be holding here, pushing back these Centaurs, holding off these Goblins here. Seem to be consolidating a little nicer on the left side, but the middle and right are totally smashed in by the Chaos Dwarves, and IMRIK's flying around doing all he can to help at the moment, but we already have one of the archers routed off here. Another one about to be getting charged in by these Bull Centaurs. They'll probably make short work of those. Mage of Life getting targeted by these Kadai Fireborn right now. She's probably going to want to get out of there. I think she came in and dropped a heal on one of these Sword Masters. which is a good idea to keep them healthy and in the fight, because I think they're going to need them. Another heal going down over here. Looks like she was trying to get it on the War Lions. I'm not quite sure. It could have been on the Spears. Either way, they're both pretty healthy. Just trying to help them stay in the fight a little longer against these Bull Centaurs and everything coming at them. Demon's Tongue continues to just smash through wherever it goes. This thing, it's taking a little bit of damage, but boy, it feels like it's been doing a lot of work so far for the Chaos Dwarves. IMRIK just helping clean up and support the back line. Definitely a good idea. I don't know who you would want on I don't know what you want on this the whole time. I suppose IMRIK. He's doing the best he can. He's got some Sword Masters on this, but this thing's probably just going to keep rolling through any type of infantry he throws at it. Bull Centaur's backing up here. IMRIK's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get surrounded by these guys. They're routing off some low units here, doing a good job with those. Good micro, just using them at the moment to support and just run off some of these low units so they can't come back. Let's take a look over on the far side here, where the High Elves seem to be faring a little bit better. They have some Spears and some healthy Sword Masters of Hoeth here, trying to deal with this Demon's Tongue. IMRIK here helping as well, and now we see the Goblin Backstabber. He took a beating, actually. He was getting beat up at some point, but now he's going for the target he wants. I think this is a very good target for him. Start attacking this Mage of Life. She throws down some heals. I think I just saw her throw some heals on these Spearmen, I believe it was, while they were fighting the Demon's Tongue. He's just going to keep rolling around, more or less unstoppable, it feels like, just plowing through anything he runs into. IMRIK comes to save his Mage of Life. Good play by Dr. Nerd. Don't want to let this mage get picked off, so IMRIK comes in and he'll make short work running off this little backstabber. But good play there by Dr. Nerd. In the back, he still has some Goblin Laborers and some Bull Centaur Renders for the Chaos Dwarf player. Kind of rallying those, bringing them back in. I'd say he's kind of winning the fight over on this side. We have some High Elf units here that are pretty low, trying to support their Spearmen in here, fighting these Kadai, but with the Kadai and Astragoth in here. Ooh, and our big rear charge coming in from the Bull Centaur Renders on these Spearmen and the Archers. That's a good charge. That's going to probably shut down these guys and rout them off. Also, with more Goblin Laborers coming in to support, yeah, both these High Elf units kind of rout off here, with Astragoth close by as well. He's pretty much cleaned up this side. Mage of Life still in there, popping heals, putting heals down. IMRIK's pretty well full health, so she's probably popping heals down on just basic units to keep them in the fight a little longer. Man, the Demon's Tongue, this thing is just proving invaluable this game. It's just rolling through everything, breathing fire on everything. Kadai Fireborn getting pretty low. We've got one unit here almost taken out. They're starting to take some damage. Heal goes down from the Mage of Life. Couldn't really tell you what it was on. Oh, here we are. It's on the Sword Masters of Hoeth. I like that. That's a good heal. They're probably the next best thing to heal besides IMRIK, who's already full. And yeah, we're just turning into a bit of a mosh pit going on here. Spears and swords fighting against Minotaurs and this fire train. Astragoth right in the middle of things, taking a little bit of damage himself, but he looks like he's doing okay. He's got tons of support here. I don't think there's a lot that threatens him besides IMRIK, but with all these Bull Centaurs around, IMRIK lands right on top of these Bull Centaurs, getting a nice bit of charge damage on this Demon's Tongue here, so it'd be really nice if IMRIK could take this out. That would swing things, I think, pretty nicely for the High Elves, but right now, still fairly even on the balance of power. So IMRIK and this mage, I think, are holding a lot of value, but the Chaos Dwarf player, he's having about enough of this Mage of Life here, dropping heals on him. He pops, what's that one called? Cascading Fire Cloak. Okay, wasn't sure what that was, but anyway, he rams in on this Mage of Life. Oh man, completely trucks her over. That's not good. Routing her off. No more healing for the High Elves. IMRIK's surrounded by these Bull Centaurs. Nice target usage on the Chaos Dwarf player here. These Bull Centaurs, this is exactly who they want to be on. They're keeping them from getting on the ground, and wow, right there, that actually ends the game right there. I think I would agree. IMRIK and the Mage were holding a lot of the value for these guys, but the Chaos Dwarves just have so much more still left on the field. But that was very well played, very entertaining by both players. They're both getting on the right targets, doing the right things, so that was a fun one to watch, and well played to both players. Thanks for that replay, boys, and Good luck on your next matches. And, oh, actually, I almost forgot. We should take a quick look at the values here. Okay, we'll take a look at the values from both of the players. On the High Elf side, we have some pretty good value out of IMRIK here, and the Swords of Hoeth did all right. I'd say medium value there. Of course, no kills and gold value on the Mage of Life there, but she was definitely doing a lot of healing that game. Lions, they did all right. A couple of spearmen did all right, and everything else kind of struggled a little bit. Actually one of these archers did some pretty good value, paid for themselves almost. Yeah, so the spearmen and archers struggled a little bit. His other units did pretty good. For the Chaos Dwarf player, the Lord and the Gorda's Backstabber both did all right. They were doing their thing out on the battlefield, but the Iron Demon, the great weapons, the Bull Centaurs with great weapons, and the Kadai Fireborn all doing very well, getting all getting very good value, good usage of those guys, good micro, getting them on the right targets. And the Goblin Laborers, well, what can you expect? They're not really there to get a lot of value, but they're there to hold the front line and get in the way. So, well done to both players. Good value, good micro, and a fun battle. GG's, and thanks again, boys.